as we prepare to party on. Hello, ballers and a brofist to you all! Welcome, welcome, welcome! I'm having an awesome day, so I'm going to make your day even better. Yeah, I am! Yeah, I am! Are you ready for a daily? Are you ready for the only daily worth doing? I hope you are. I hope you are 100% ready, because things are looking fucking awesome right now. Absolutely amazing. I've been working on the big weekly video. That's right, I didn't say Monday, did I? I didn't say Monday because it's already Wednesday. Those birthdays. What a pain in the ass. And it's just so much fun. Such a fun video to work on. Such a fun script. I don't know whether you guys will like it or not. I never do with any video I create. It could be atrocious. It could be horrible. But in general, I'm having a great time. So hopefully you will too. Yeah. We'll talk about it tomorrow because it should be up tonight. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. In other news, the website has now opened for all your class-specific transmogs of the year 2012. And the Warriors are stomping ass. Yes! Fucking Warriors kicking ass, taking names, looking glorious so far. I fully expect the Warriors to be the kings of the fucking jungle come next Saturday. Yes, I do, for the big Christmas and New Year web show. Of course, Christmas comes before then. I can't help that. I don't control the days. But that is when the web show will be. The Christmas special. The wonderful, wonderful Christmas special, which will feature me getting probably very drunk. While I was away on holiday, I had 2 pints of lager and felt very tipsy. So I wonder how that will go. You will, of course, be expected if you are taking part in the drinking game. If you're underage, you cannot. That is against the law. And if it's the middle of the morning or the middle of the night, you do as you please. I assume you're old enough to make your own decisions. But you will be expected to choose a team. Yes, you will. You will be expected to decide whether you're on Team Preach or the winning team, as I like to call it, or Team Ghost, the losing team, as I like to call it. You will be expected to choose. How will you be factored into this? How will you know where the lines have been drawn, you wonder? How can I organise so many of you into some sort of team? Very simple. You will change your colour of your name text for the evening in Twitch. It's pretty easy to do. You will change it to either blue for me or red for Ghost. And that way the battle lines will be drawn. There shall be a war amongst you in the chat because it will be pretty damn clear which side you belong to. Of course, some of you more miserable sides will be like, I'm not changing my colour. I'm not changing my text colour. I went out of my way to change this text colour to what I like and I'm leaving it as is. That is your choice. It's very French, but it is your choice. JK. I love the French. So yes, you will be blue if you are me. You will be red if you are Ghost. And thus the teams will be decided. And whether or not I succeed will determine whether or not the red team loses. If Ghost succeeds, unlikely, then our team will be dropped. I'm going to put a forum thread up on our website, which is which games would you like us to play? These will be mini games, mini party games. They can be available on PC, console, any console, Wii, Xbox, PS3. Entirely up to you that you would like to see me and Ghost go head to head for the right to down shots like nobody's business. Should be a lot of fun. Look at everybody changing the colour already. Blue, blue, blue. Fuck off, Ghost. You suck. Clearly you suck. This is my show, therefore I win. Something is under the blanket. I am joined by a special guest this evening. My wonderful, beautiful, and forever unwell fiancé is asleep next to me and refuses to get off my exceedingly comfortable drug dealer couch. There will be no side boob. There may be toes. I warn you, there could be toes. I asked her to leave, she didn't. Look at all this red text. You traitors. You absolute traitors. You traitors. However, I promised you an enlightening and exciting and uplifting day. Allow me to read to you from the passage of good things and the Bible. That is MMO Champion. I really do not wish to do dailies every day. Then you might like this. The developers are currently planning to include bonus reputation that can be earned via scenarios and dungeons. Yes! Yes! Wait. Are you ready? You ready?
For grace, it's a beautiful day. Sky falls, you feel like it's a beautiful day.
Oh! Ooh! Yes! Oh, yeah! Namaste. Namaste indeed. It may not be through tab ads. Oh, well, you still won the Warblers. It's not via tab ads. Look, everybody, fuck my life. I just finished grinding all the reputations. So many people so butthurt right now. Like, fuck's sake, I've just finished doing them. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. I can't believe it. This is the best news ever. I read this, I was like, oh my god. Yes, and of course, if you do not like to do pet battles, let me take all the joy from your life. If you don't like to get the coins via the dailies, you may also be able to get them via pet battles. What? Why? Why is that? Okay, we'll get to that shortly. They've cracked, okay? They've cracked. They're going to start giving us reputation via dungeons and other methods and dailies. Why the fuck didn't you do that in the first place? What a disastrous failure. What an absolutely massive failure. I cannot fucking believe it. Jesus fucking Christ. When I read it, I was like, why didn't you just do that in the first place? It wasn't like the people were being unreasonable. They really weren't. They were not being unreasonable whatsoever. Just allow us to do that. We never complained in the past. We championed our chosen faction as we defeated your wonderful, mighty monsters of Azeroth. We defeated them while blazoning your name across their soul in RP fashion, which is fucking totally awesome, man. I was just like, why did you take it out in the first place? They're bringing it back. You're probably not going to get a lot. They're going to be like really begrudging with it. Like, yeah, you can do it via dungeons, but we'll give you one rep an instance. You fuckers who have made us do this with all your wine and all your QQ. They'll be really spiteful about it. Like, oh, I can't fucking believe we had to do this. So you'll get nothing. People will still do it that way. I fucking guarantee it. If they give one rep per instance, people will still do it that way. I'm like, I'm not doing the dailies. Seriously. I don't care if I have to do fucking 30,000 dungeons. I would rather do that. I would rather do that than fuck around with the dailies all the time. Especially if you're doing the ones that are really crowded. My god. Oh, even the cooking dailies. I've done the cooking dailies every day this week, I think, besides my birthday. I've done the cooking dailies, and that's been just fine. Which is what they say. If you do one faction at a time, it's not too bad. And it isn't. But if somebody was like dedicated to the game, I would try to do them all the time. But even the cooking dailies are a pain in the ass. They're a total pain in the ass. Right now, I'm thinking I need to log in and pick my farm. Oh, what is that? I need to log into the game because I need to get my fucking juicy crunch carrots. I've got to get it done. Can't go to bed leaving my juicy crunch carrots just sitting in the ground. What nonsense would that be? I've got to log in and sort it out, man. I've got some white turnips there and some scallions. That shit ain't going to pick itself. It's not going to pick itself. I need to get in there and get it done. Genji, log my account and get it done. Come on. Fucking crazy. Absolutely crazy. So fun. So cool. When is it coming in? We don't know. We don't know. They're doing it, but it sounds close enough. They say through the tab ads and these, it's not going to be exactly the same as it was. All right, it won't be through a tab ad. It will be through an item that you probably get at like near exalted. Thanks. Or you have to have one character. Are you waiting for this? Calling it before it comes in the game. If you've got one character at exalted, you get an item that you can give to your alts. That old chestnut, that old fun little thing going on. Oh my god. It'll be something. But yeah, they're giving coins out through pet battles is the other one. Actually, not from Heroics, but the developers are planning to let you choose a chance. You'll get a chance to earn a lesser charm of good fortune through pet battles. Basically, if you win, you'll have a chance at receiving the charms based on your pet level. That is a fucking squeaker fart, that is. That is the at the back end of the tunnel, isn't it? We're so overwhelmingly happy that we kind of bypassed this incredibly shit idea. Really? Through fucking pet battles? All the things in this game? Pet battles? What? This is literally, it is the fart in your soup. It is. It's the mosquito hair that's fucking just walking around the room. Don't do that. Do it from other things from pet battles. Shit, man. Jesus Christ. Pet battles? I don't give a fuck about pet battles. I gather they're really fun. And we do want to do things with tournaments and stuff in the future. And all that kind of stuff. But come on. Pet battles? My God. How outrageously sad. So like 1 coin per battle? No. Not 1 lesser coin per battle. A chance. A chance at a lesser coin per battle. A chance, a random chance. About as random as you actually getting an item by rolling on it. Yeah, that random. Probably less so. They're just giving you the chance to get some. Really? For your free time. It's such a kick in the teeth. It's like, hey, this should appease them. We'll do it through pet battles. Really? That was okayed in the office? Someone in the office was like, good idea. Really? Really? That meeting took place? That's what always baffles me when these decisions come out, is there was a meeting, probably amongst a lot of people, where they were like, we could do this, we could do that. And some guy like me was sat there, was like, what does it fucking matter if they earn them through heroics or not? Does it matter? They can only get a certain amount per week. Who gives a shit how they get them? Really? The lesser coins mean nothing. Give them fucking thousands of them. I don't care. That would be me in the meeting. I would just be sat there, probably with a giant cigar, rolling in the Benjamins like one does at Blizzard. Just going, why does it fucking matter? Really? Why does it matter? Why would we force people to do some content they may not want to do? What's that? It's an MMO. Let people do whatever the hell they please. Why can't they get them from normal questing so we could push people to do Lawmaster? I would love that. That would be even better. Hey, you know what? Every quest you complete after level 90 gives you a chance at getting a lesser chart. Why don't you go out and see all this new content we've done in Azeroth that you probably still missed in Cataclysm? Nah, pet battles. Really? We should do it through pet battles. Oh, you're onto something good, Brad. You've got your fucking finger on the button. What a guy. What a guy. I'm glad we paid him. It makes sense, right? It doesn't matter if it makes sense. I don't care. It's just something to do. Let's go. You can get them this way. You can get them that way. Everybody wants them, so go and do it everywhere. And everybody likes Pokemon. So, that is the big ball of news for today. A discussion to have. Quite a big discussion. I wish to change main characters when I start raiding again. I am, of course, in the position where I'm starting to think about raiding again. Things are going to quiet down after January, hopefully. I'll get onto a nice, steady schedule. And I would like to enjoy the game a little bit more than I have been since Mr. Pandera was released, really. I've been kind of torn up about what to do. I've been so stupidly busy, of course. We've got Way of the Warrior filming tomorrow and Friday. Doesn't involve all of you, unfortunately. What I do request is that you don't spam me. That would be ace. If you log in, I have a lot of new people on Real ID. Oh, the Real ID thing. Okay. I'm getting emails. Why did you remove me from Real ID? What did I do? You did nothing but be offline when I needed to add a lot of people. That's it. That's what you did. That was your crime, was to be offline in World of Warcraft. That was it. Please, don't get upset. If you do get upset, I'm likely not to add you again because I just don't need that kind of hassle. I'm not being rude, but if I have to explain to everybody why I removed them from Real ID, it's pretty obvious. Anybody who's watched my streams will know that sometimes I need to add more people. My list is full. Therefore, I remove people to fit more people on. That's it. I can't promise when and where I will be online. I can't do that. Sometimes I'm online randomly. I need a clip for something I'm filming. I log on, I say, hey, anybody want to come along while we do this raid? Happened the last couple of weeks. We've done Sunwell and Blackwing Lair and so on and so forth. I need you guys on Real ID or I can't bring you. So I have to remove other people. That's it. It's not personal. Don't get upset now. Don't do it. You be a nice guy. You be a baller. It's easy enough. Okay. I'm thinking of changing mains. Of course, I'm now with the idea that I want to start raiding again. I don't know what content is coming in patch 5.2. Apparently, it's super fucking awesome, amazing. I know, right? So I've decided... Am I happy with my warrior right now? Kind of, but not overwhelmingly so. But there are other classes out there I'm enjoying quite a lot more, which is odd. I tend to go back to the warrior. I am aware that this decision could in fact be absolutely disastrous. I would play some new class that I think is totally amazing right now, and then a month down the line I'm like, dude, I wish I was being a warrior. It's happened to me so many fucking times, is I wish I was a warrior. The only time that has never happened to me was my DK. Fucking loved my DK, and he is of course up for being one of the classes that I play again as my main focused character. Literally, just to raid. That's it. I don't care about anything else. I'm not looking for PvP. I'm not looking for anything more. I just want to kill the new content because it's the only content I won't have done. That's it. I won't have seen it. Beyond, I don't consider LFR seeing the content. Normal mode, I'm more than fine with. Heroic mode, ideally, depending on how much time I have to sink into it. If I have to sink a lot of time into it, I won't be doing heroic mode. Simple as that. I just have to focus on my career and my work. Pretty easy. So I've decided, do I want to play my warrior? A decision that came to me probably about 3 months ago, especially after I tried some more with Fury recently. Fury is a preferred spec. I don't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy testing it. As many of you know, you saw my video guide on this subject, is that I didn't enjoy the Fury Warrior. I didn't. I thought Wild Strike sounded like a wet fart. The whole thing with managing Enrage I was used to from the previous expansions, but I still didn't find it funny. And now with the Colossus Smash window, if you don't know what that is, I will be releasing a video next week about the Colossus Smash window. It's even less interesting to me to play Fury. So I'm kind of like, but what if they fix Fury and do something with Fury? I can't imagine them changing the playstyle of Fury too much, more than just balance the damage in some respects if it goes overpowered or underpowered. Usually that spec works. What it does is works. And just not having a generally great time isn't something I enjoy. I don't enjoy not having a great time while playing WoW. I want to have fun, right? That was my problem with the Warlock, is I just didn't have fun with it. So I'm looking to maybe, I say maybe, have fun with another class. On top of that, I'm very interested in playing a race that I really enjoy looking at. I know, it seems kind of backwards from me who takes PvE so seriously, but I have taken PvE seriously, too seriously I would say, for probably the last 7 years. And that kind of bothers me a great deal. So I'm looking to change. But what do I do? I'm okay with most classes. I need some practice on the other ones. I'm always the first person to admit I am not going to pick up a class and do a world first DPS score in the first hour and a half. Okay, I can do the basic guides for you, and then I will spend a couple of weeks practicing to do maybe an advanced guide and talking to others. That is how I do it. It is the best way to do it. It's sensible. I'm not under the delusion that I can play every single class perfectly. That would be idiotic. So what does one pick? Well, some suggestions from the audience. I'm sure we've had very, very random... I'm sure we've already had some. But what would you suggest? What do you think I like? I kind of... Zeus hit the nail on the head. And I will list you what I consider possibilities. One, of course, is an undead mage. Undead mage is very high on the possibilities to be an undead mage. The only thing turning me off... You have to be very careful when you consider changing mains and then gearing it up and investing time into it. The only thing that bothers me about the mage is the level 90 talents. I straight up don't like them. I also don't like the modifications that are going on with Arcane. So there's one spec in particular I really dislike. However, I love Frost and I love Fire. So there's 2 out of 3 good specs there, with one major drawback, which is the level 90 talents. Therefore, I'm debating that one. That is in the list as a possibility. I'm also not considering Hunters. Ghost, Blood Elf. Blood Elf. I'm not considering Monks either. I do not like the playstyle of Monks or Elemental Shaman. Frost DK, well, it has to be something I really like. So Death Knights are certainly on the table. A Death Knight is certainly on the table. It allows me to tank. I love tanking. Also makes my whole gearing process easier. And DPSing is fine. I've scored world firsts on heroic content with a DK before. I'm very comfortable on that class. A DK is on the list. DK is certainly on the list. I like Frost, Unholy, and Blood. I enjoy all 3 specs, as opposed to the Mage, where I enjoy 2 out of 3. I would be an Orc. I love the way DKs look as Orcs. I think Orcs look fantastic. Male Orc, Frost DKs, very nice. I do not want to play a class which is dominated by Trolls. Shadow Priests. A Priest is on the list as a possibility. It's an outside Squeaker. It's a Squeaker of a chance. If I was a Priest, I don't know if I'd be Shadow. I kind of fancy maybe healing. I kind of fancy healing a little bit. And Priests are wonderful, versatile healers. And they have a lot of tools in the toolbox. What bothers me or is drawing me back away from Priests is maybe a tendency to be a little bit pigeonholing raiding. Not being able to push everything to the limit. But Priests are a wonderful class with a lot of utility. I really enjoy that. I really enjoyed that. It would, of course, be an undead priest. And let me tell you, if it's a horde caster, straight up, it's being undead every single day of the week. I absolutely love that. Feral Druids, not going to play Druid. Certainly not playing a fucking Warlock. Paladins, no. Don't like any of the Paladin playstyle. Gofied's Grasp, enough said. No, Paladins out. Paladins out. Rogues. Rogues. I have a problem with rogues in that they really tempt me to play a rogue. Rogues tempt me more so than any other class because of, one, the simplistic nature of being a rogue is your job, no matter what the situation, is already predetermined. You're there to kill the fuck out of things, much the same way mages are. However, I also find that they lack a little bit of utility that I also appeals to me as a person. It appeals to me as a player and a person to have something that helps and pushes the raid that little bit further. Rogues sometimes have some utility, like with Smoke Bomb and Mass Stealth. Things like that can be quite cool. But in general, the lack of overall options of saving a raid, as egotistical as that sounds, I've done it on most of my classes at some point. I always played a class that in some way could save the raid. I saved a Ragnaros wipe, Heroic, our second ever kill. I saved that from a wipe on my DK via the use of engineering and taunt and being very clever on noticing the tank died just as he was about to Sulfurous smash something, giving us the kill. Rogues couldn't really do that. And their job is kind of samey, which kind of, well... I love a bit of utility. I love a bit of utility. Stream or me died. I hope you didn't die. The stream didn't die. I hope you didn't die. That would be bad. I don't want you to die. Rogue is something that I absolutely love. Warrior. There's also a chance I'll just stick with Warrior. I'm put off Warriors at the moment. I don't know why. I haven't had as much fun in Mr. Pandaria. I suppose that's something I should touch on, is why I want to do this. I mentioned Fury. The playstyle of Fury I just dislike. However, I absolutely adore Arms. I really, really like Arms. I think Arms is a fantastic spec. Warriors in general bring a ton of utility. Absolutely dripping in utility. Something they really lacked in Cataclysm. I actually see it as a bit of a joke, the amount of utility Warriors have right now compared to Cataclysm. I think that is something... I think that is a bit of a mock to the Warriors of old. There was nothing more depressing than our raid being held back because I was a Warrior tank. It happened a lot. It happened a lot. But Prot at the moment, I hate the whole shield barrier, shield bash thing. It's something so simple, isn't it? How can you turn somebody away from a class that they love? Simply give them stupid mechanics like that. That is just... The whole shield barrier, shield block thing bothers me. It bothers me a lot. It really does. It's just... I don't like it. And it shouldn't bother me as much as it does. I'm aware of that. I am the first person to say it shouldn't bother me as much as it does. But it does. It bothers me a fucking lot. It really gets on my tits. It does. The whole thing just annoys me. It annoys the fuck out of me. And I can't even put my finger on why. Because either way, it's damage prevention. But the biggest thing that's bugging me a lot is simply just building rage to use a defensive cooldown. That playstyle isn't fun. It's not. I just don't find it fun. It's like, okay, build rage, use it on something defensive, build rage again. You need it. It's not as reactive. They call it reactive tanking. I don't think it's reactive at all. I think it's a very dull idea. It's just to build rage to spend rage on something defensive or heroic strike. I found that fucking terrible, and I found that whole playstyle off-putting. So out of the Warrior, only 1 out of the 3 specs actually appeals to me. So that's kind of why I want to change. I kind of also know that I will miss it a lot. Every time I have moved away from my Warrior, which I've done several times, I have moved away from my Warrior to be a Warlock, to be a Paladin, to be a Druid. Every time I have done that, I've wished I was a fucking Warrior. I really have. I've wished I was a Warrior. After a certain amount of time, I've always wished I was a Warrior. Especially when something cool happens. It can always be that day, like today. A glorious day. Everything went well today. We had some deliveries which came. It's actually over there. We got this thing. Many of you won't know what this is. But this arrived today. This is my Christmas present from Ghosty. And this thing is really cool. This arrived today. And these little things really turn my day up. They're like, yes, that arrived. That's awesome. And things like that really get me. And I just want to... Oh, and I feel like I want to raid again, and it's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And everyone's reminded me. They love the Warriors. They absolutely love it. It's all about this kind of stuff. They love the Warriors, that kind of stuff. Console streaming cables, correct. They allow us to link every single console in the world to our PVR. I'm going to get this wrong, aren't I? Xbox, DS, PlayStation, Wii. I think I got that right. I'm not 100%. 2 composite cables for HD. That kind of stuff. This stuff really turns me on because it means at the weekend we're going to book a whole day. Me and Mr. Ghost are just going to play games all weekend. It's going to be cool as fuck. And then record them for you and stick them up there, which is really awesome. Let's talk about some of your problems. What are you guys are all suggesting basically your classes, right? Kind of expected. The other one you didn't mention, and I kind of turned away from druids, is Resto Druid. But I would love to be a Night Elf Resto Druid. Female Night Elf Resto Druid. That means being Alliance. But I don't care for my Radial, whether I'm Alliance or Horde. It really doesn't bother me in the least. But I love the Resto playstyle. Always have. It's whether or not I could cope with being a healer again. Not in terms of being able to do it, but enjoying it a lot. I don't know. I'm debating it so much. I need to play around. I need to learn. But I had wonderful fun on my Resto Druid every time I've played it. And maybe I should talk to Blubzar. He just abandoned his Resto Druid. He's now a monk. Maybe he can fill me in on that. So that's all kind of thing. Your Cafe Halle, Nelf Resto. Perhaps he can turn me on to some ideas. Oh, you'll teach me, will you? Will you? Will you? Also, you were asking about the other guides. Before we continue with this, I am doing the Disc Priest and the Rogue Guide next week. So they'll be coming up for you before the new year. You'll have a wonderful time with that. Okay, Resto Druids are fun, but I'm finding my Druid throughput a bit lackluster. I don't really care about the numbers. This is why it's an important decision. The numbers don't bother me that much because of who I am, really. It doesn't bother me because of how I play the game. I'm looking for a play style I really, really like. That's what I'm after, is just a play style I can get right into and absolutely enjoy no end. I just want to enjoy playing and defeat the new encounters. What class I do it on doesn't matter too much as long as I really enjoy the playstyle. If the healing's a little bit weaker than, say, a priest or a monk, I'm not that bothered. I'm really not. I'm genuinely not that bothered at all. What I want is just to be having fun and still providing to the raid. That doesn't mean I'm going to play Moonkin Resto or anything retarded like that, or the worst spec that this class can be. What it means is I will play the best PvE spec of this class and enjoy it. That's what I'm after. Tricky. Very tricky. This is one of the off-putting things about the mage, especially with Arcane being so popular right now. I fucking hate Arcane. I really hate it. And I don't want to be like, I'm going to be a mage and play Arcane and be like, oh, I fucking hate this already. I really detest it. This is why it's difficult. Very difficult. Do I want to heal again? Could I do that? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Destrolock. Destrolocks are not going to stay as they are. And plus I'm not doing a Warlock. And then I'll end up going back fucking... I'll go back to being fucking Demonology or something, or Affliction. I'm not playing a Warlock. Not playing a Warlock. Not playing a Warlock. Not doing it. Anyway, it's already been 30 minutes. Which means, give me your questions now. Because I have a rather large weekly video to do, okay? I also have a snoring fiance next to me. Which I need to get done. So if you... I know some people had questions from me yesterday, but you were all talking about dirty things. So I left you. So if you do have questions, please hit me with them now. Last thing I want to remind you of, but this discussion will go on, so maybe leave some comments from the YouTube video about what do you think I should play and why. Don't just say Frosty Gay. I want to know why. Why do you think I should do that? I'm interested in the play style aspects. Okay, I want to see your opinions. If it's your class, that's fine. That's even better. Tell me why. That's all I want to know. A lot of recommendations for DK, which is pretty cool. What are the odds of me playing Alliance? 50-50. Straight up 50-50. Maybe 60-40 in favour of Horde. More because I have a lot more friends on Horde. If I do want to raid again, which I do, this is one of the tricky things about me raiding again, is I need to find a guild that understands that if they raid 5 days a week, I can't do that. I really cannot do that. Purely just due to my commitments elsewhere. And it seems stupid that I can't raid 5 days a week because I have to play other games. That's my job, unfortunately. And as you know, my job runs into many, many hours. As it will tonight, it will be a long session. I hope to have the stream on, watching the Stark guys do their business. There will be a live raid with Ghosty this evening. I will be watching those guys while working and doing that kind of thing. So I need that to understand. So friends. All good. So play rogue because it's fast. Any advice for a new healer paladin? Practice. Get comfortable with your environment. A lot of healers feel overwhelmed. I know I did. Let me tell you a little story of the most difficult experience I ever had as a healer. I have healed in vanilla. I've healed everything from level 1 to level 60, end of Naxxramas, Fall of the Lich King. Okay? Not the Lich King, Fall of the Lich. Right? Fall of the Lich. Or Leech, or whatever you want to call it. I healed them all as a priest. I leveled as a healer in vanilla. That's hardcore, man. That is fucking next level. Let me tell you, leveling as a healer, leveling as holy in vanilla was fucking hardcore. Serious hardcore. But I played with friends, so it wasn't too bad. And you couldn't just respec then. It would cost you a fortune. I don't know if you remember this, but your respec cost used to go out of control if you respect a lot. So I just stayed holy, and I grinded as holy. I leveled as holy. Just because I was doing instances a lot with friends. The most difficult experience I ever had, which is something you won't really get to do at this stage of the game. It's just not the way the game works anymore. Was Shadowfang Keep, level 17. Someone remind me, the original Shadowfang Keep, level 17? I think? Level 17, I want to say. Shadowfang Keep, I believe, was level 17. And so we had a group of friends who convinced me to play WoW again. That I would be the priest, not by choice, because they had no healer. Everybody else picked DPS classes. Out of the 5 friends, 2 of them were warriors, which I wanted to be. Get shit on, right? 1 mage, 1 warlock. So we had 2 warriors, 1 mage, 1 warlock. Covered for the tanks. One of them didn't mind tanking badly. And they needed a healer. So I said, I will play a priest, which was a correct decision. Priests were awesome. I just happened to pick a troll and hated it forever. I really despise that I did that. I genuinely do. Huge regret. So I was a healer all the way through. The most difficult experience I ever had was Shadowfang Keep. We attempted Shadowfang Keep at level, I want to say, as soon as we can get through the door. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of guesswork here, so don't rage if you are really into this kind of stuff, but I kind of want to say we were 3 levels below the required, because we went through the door. Maybe level 15 or 14, something stupid anyway. Barely the level to get through the door. It might even have been 17. Some people are saying it's like 17 to 25. It was around then. Anyway, we were well below the level we should have been doing it. But as friends, we should be fine. That was the plan. We should be fine. In fact, all of the stress of doing things low geared and under leveled is on the healer. Surprisingly enough, right? The pressure was all on me. Fuck me, right? I'm the guy who gets shit on. It doesn't matter if the DPSs can't hit the target. It doesn't matter if the tanks get smashed. It only matters to the fucking healer. Retarded. Absolutely retarded. So that was the situation. Essentially, it was just that. The stress was on me. So we're going through Shadowfang Keep, and many of you will have done Shadowfang Keep now. And moving through there, the original layout of it, we got through the first boss, fine. Got through the courtyard, fine. Did the middle boss, fine. And we were doing okay. Until we reached the last boss. I learned so much about healing. I learned more about healing than I would learn for the next year in that instance at around level 15. I learned mana conservation. I learned that DPS are fucking retards. I learned that it doesn't matter if you're friends or not. Your friends aren't always the best players, and you're not the best player ever. I'm not saying my friends were shit, but essentially one of the biggest lessons I learned there is that you have to be prepared to deal with everybody else's fuck-ups. And I was very overwhelmed. We wiped pretty much consistently on the last boss in Shadowfang Keep for a good hour or so before we actually called it. We didn't kill the boss, I don't believe. We just couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. As stupid as that sounds, the mage was like 1 hit. He was completely 1 hit every time the boss targeted him. He had a random spell and 1-hitted him. So I started learning things in there, like having the boss on focus, so I could see that he was targeting the mage. So I had to start learning tricks. The trick I learnt there was to pre-shield somebody while the boss was casting at him. If he dies in 1 hit, I could pre-shield him so that he could survive. This would be used again. Can anybody tell me which boss in Naxxramas this would be used on? I guarantee none of you did it. Or maybe some of you did it. Maybe you will know. But there was a particular place in Naxxramas, level 60, the most difficult raid instance of the entire vanilla tier, where that particular trick came in handy. It was a trick that I learned at level 14 or 15 or something like that. Oh, not patchwork, no. The mechanic of pre-shielding somebody extremely quickly. I mean pre-shielding them or they died. Not patch. Not patch, no. Everyone says, look at all these obvious bosses. You guys. Ooh, not Gluth. No, not Gluth. Divine Flow, like an absolute boss. Maxina. Maxina used to throw people against the walls in webs and they would die if they weren't cleared quick enough. You had to shield them while they were in midair. That's how fucking close you... Look at everyone just naming every fucking boss in the dungeon. Maxina webs people against the wall, right? Well, in vanilla, you had to pre-shield them while they were in midair. I can't understand how some healers couldn't deal with Trial of the Crusader. You could see the people who never did Nax originally, the healers who never did fucking Nax. Just quick question to Divine Flow. Do you know because you did it, or are you just guessing? You can be honest, it doesn't matter. The ice thing, what was it called? Penetrating Cold. I didn't understand. You could see the healers who had never done Naxxramas on that fight, because you had to be super fucking fast with dealing with that. Any healer who did Maxina back in the day, pre-shielding those people while they're in midair, you had less than a second or two to get it fucking done. That was where you learned that skill. And I learned that in Shadowfang Keep. So for a new healer, trust me, you'll have picked up skills, getting back to the subject, you'll have picked up skills along your leveling experience which will be more than fine to cope with what you're about to face. Essentially, you'll have to, only difference is now you'll have to deal with things such as dealing with other healers. One of the difficult things in raiding is dealing with the fact that there are more than just you healing people. And therefore you have to trust in your other healers that they are doing their jobs as well as you are doing your job. A lot of new healers go into places like LFR and feel like they're trying to solo heal the instance. In LFR sometimes you kind of are. It kind of feels like you're solo healing everybody. At least the times I've done a video where I go into LFR, it's felt like I was solo healing the place. It feels like that. It feels like you're carrying the weight of the entire raid on your shoulders. But in a proper raid, it's not like that. And you kind of have to trust in your other healers that they're doing their job while you're doing yours. That's the most difficult thing that you're going to have to get used to. But other than that, you're going to be fine. Believe me. Don't be overwhelmed. Don't panic. Just do your job. Know what your spells do and when to use them. Healing is all about trial and error. If you've ever watched, a good suggestion is to watch the video I did before Mists of Pandaria where I spoke to Apco. I think he's been ranked #1 successfully repeated times on his monk healer with Method, and Blubzar, a healer since vanilla as well. Both of them have been healers since the game came out, essentially. And they talk about what it's like to new heal things. Most times they go into a new fight and they're in the first 10% because they're just trying to get through the fight as long as possible. Then you start to learn the tips and the tricks that'll get you through that fight. Each fight needs to be healed in a certain way, and only by trying it will you find that out. So don't worry. Get in there. Just give it a try. Don't panic. Relax. And don't base it on LFR. Really don't base it on LFR. You need to get into a normal raid to start feeling it. What healer mods do I have? I'm old school, man. Just grid. That's it. The only thing I couldn't deal with as a healer back in vanilla was not knowing who was in my range. I learned everything, and you guys can't do that, and it fucks me off a little bit that you don't deal with this kind of stuff anymore. The only thing that I learned so much because I used to deal with just raid frames, and just raid frames with 40 gangsters all over the fucking place is really hard. Really hard. You had to use things like an emergency meter, which sucked. And then when Grid came out, it solved all my problems. It really did. Just Grid. And if I'm doing a healer full time, I use mouse over macros, so I don't have to actually click anybody. I tend to keep like a tank selected, or the boss, or whatever, and I use mouse over macros. That's it. That's the only add-ons I use are Grid. The rest of it is just mouse over macros. That's all I do. Ali got the same vest. Bad transmog. Bad transmog. When's Ghost Raid? I believe it is in 2 hours. I believe. You're like 9 when the game is released. Cool. Anything to do with stats and stuff, either check my video, or if anything's changed, let me know. Send me an email, say this has changed specifically. Like the Fury Warriors. A lot of you are having trouble on your Fury Warrior because of dealing with the Colossus Smash window. I'm going to do a little video update to the guide, which is how to abuse the Colossus Smash more effectively. I didn't make a big enough fuss over it. I should have done. It's kind of a mistake on me. I haven't read my emails yet. I've just been too busy. I'm going to catch up on emails probably tomorrow. We're filming tomorrow about 11 or 10 I think. So I'm going to do all my emails tomorrow, so I'll do them then. My birthday was fantastic, and I talked about it yesterday. Big Joe, I tried to register with preachgaming.com, but I keep getting the same message that it's still pending. It's been months. I still can't join. I've tried with 3 different email addresses. I don't know what to do. You shouldn't have a problem, is my first answer to that. Can you say, is Genji still here? I'm not sure if Genji's still here. Genji's got access to all the back end stuff. I'll be too busy, that's all I'm thinking. Send it to preachgaming@gmail.com. Send me a username, and I'll just activate it, I guess. I should check your emails. I submitted a drama story. Of course, Drama Friday on Friday. Send your drama stories in. You guys slack and wait till like Thursday. Send them in. Send them in so I can get a good read of them. Okay. I will see you tomorrow for our final in-depth discussion where we shall talk about all sorts of great things. And also talk about the weekly video, which should be out tonight. Look, I'm not going to promise it's going to be a long night. So I'll check in with the streamers as they're playing in Stark Industries. But I'll still be around in a while. Alright, guys? So have a great evening. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.